Hey there, and welcome to another episode of Focus Forward. Last week I got a little bit serious and I was talking about anger and the things that anger us and how we are able to actually sort of mitigate that. But this week I thought we'd go lighter, and by lighter I thought let's look at a few truisms, a few things about life that will make us really put stuff into perspective, because I think often we do lose perspective in our day-to-day lives. And the first one I want to talk about is death is the number one killer. You know, there are two guarantees in life. They always say death and taxes. And you know, yes, we are all going to die at some point, but surely it's about how you live your life. Live it. Don't wait around to die. Actually live every single moment. The other thing is, life is a sexually transmitted disease. And hey, none of us would be here if it wasn't for sex. But let's unpack that a little bit. I think the important thing is, it's not a disease, obviously, but the important thing is we need to have fun. We need to work on our intimate relationships. Really go out there and enjoy that side of our nature. It's very integral to all of us. We're all sexual beings. So actually go out and have fun. Enjoy sex. Good health is the slowest way to die. Well, let's think about it. I've already said, and we all know we are all going to die. But isn't it wonderful if we look after ourselves? If we watch what we eat, we exercise, so long as we are enjoying it, but we get out there and really have lead the best life we can. Hopefully it mitigates a lot of sort of end-of-life traumas where we spend years being ill because we've abused our bodies in one way or another. You know, maybe it's sort of, we can mitigate how we die, hopefully, in the end. Of course, there's no guarantees, and I mean, you know, these things happen. There's something fun, you know. There's that old saying, give a man a fish and you'll feed him for a day. Teach a man to fish and you will feed him for life. But there's something else as well. It's not just feeding ourselves physically. It's actually also feeding ourselves intellectually and emotionally. And one of the best tools we have available to us is the internet. And the more people that get on the internet, it's amazing. This little saying I came up is, you know, teach somebody to use the internet and they're not going to bother you for the rest of their lives, which is quite true because, you know, everything is at your fingertips. Go out there and grab technology and make use of it. Let it work for you rather than you working for it. You know, again, and this is a counterproductive to what I said earlier, I suppose, but, you know, health nuts are probably going to feel pretty stupid, busy dying of some disease in a hospital. But it's a double-edged sword. Nobody's going to feel stupid dying, obviously. But I think the point is that you can go out there and lead a healthy life, but don't let it sort of rule your life. You know, I know people who every given moment is about fitness and health and what they put in their body and the amount of kilojoules they're expending and all of that sort of thing. And it becomes their sole focus. And actually, as I said right in the beginning, we're all going to die. So you have to balance things. And I think that's the key to a really good and successful life. This next one I love is, you know, take a life lesson from the weather, because it never listens to criticism. Let's face it, we've had weeks of rain and everybody criticizes the rain. It's been very hot, we have heat waves, it's too hot, it's winter, it's too cold, all of that sort of thing. Weather doesn't give a damn. It is who it is. It does what it does. And I think that's a lesson that we can really take to heart. You know, we should take on board certain amounts of critical thought and that sort of thing. But criticism, where you are put down and belittled and all of that sort of thing, let it go. It's got nothing really. It really shouldn't affect you on any level. So really, just let it go. You know, in the 1960s and the summer of love, and where people were tuning in and dropping out, or dropping out and tuning in, whichever way it went, people took acid, or acid rather, to really change the perception of their world. The problem is, I think we've gone to the opposite extreme. We now take things like prozac, and I mean that's a generic drug, but we take stuff to make our weird world, because let's face it, it is pretty out there at the moment, try and appear normal. So we take tranquilizers and sleeping tablets and all of that sort of thing. You know, maybe we just need to go into ourselves, relax a bit, check out the way we approach things, because that's a huge thing. And, you know, I'm not saying drop acid, but mentally, you know, tune in and drop out of the drama. Life is also a bit like a jalapeno chili. What we do today ultimately may burn us in the you-know-what, the behind, tomorrow. And I think the lesson we can take from that, and it's an important lesson, is that our actions will have consequences. So whatever we do today, we must be mindful of the impact it has on ourselves, our surroundings, our environment, and the people who love us. So just be aware of what we do will have consequences. Because I think that's really important. And then finally, going back right to the top of this conversation, remember, old age doesn't last forever. So, you know, yes, we are all going to age at some point, or hopefully we age. But do the best you can within those confines. As you're aging, enjoy stuff that makes you happy. Do the stuff. It's not going to last forever. And just live. So rather live and not just sit around waiting to die. Have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful week, and I'll chat to you next week.